Today I am going to make homemade Uncrustables for McKinley's lunch. I got the bread cutter for the Uncrustables on Amazon. It was less than $10. So you start out by taking however many pieces of bread, press the circle, so I'm going to make her 4 sandwiches, so I have 8 pieces of bread. I usually make them once a week, just for her school lunches, and then that way I feel like they stay fresher if I'm just making enough for 1 week. Alright, so I have all my circles, and then I will keep the leftover bread and put it in a container in the refrigerator and make French toast out of that, so nothing is wasted. Once you have all of your circles made though, lay out 4 for peanut butter and 4 for jelly. I like to make the Uncrustables myself because there's a lot less preservatives. It's cheaper to make it yourself. I can choose what bread I want to use. I always use whole wheat bread, natural peanut butter, and then Smucker's grape jelly. I just feel better about the ingredients that are going into her lunches. Like I said, less preservatives. I know what she's eating. It's fresh, cheaper, more convenient. I thought that this would take a lot more time than it does, but it's super simple to just make them. With the jelly, I found that with the small circles of bread, it's easier to get a spoon out and put a spoonful of jelly on each bread and then smooth it out with a knife. One thing you'll find in my videos, no matter what I'm making, I will always make a mess. You can ask my husband. It's one of his pet peeves. So a spoonful of jelly on each one of the circles. Smooth it out with your butter knife. And then you just lay it on top of one of the peanut butter pieces. So another tip when I'm making these and I press them together, I always put the peanut butter on the bottom. I feel like the jelly just kind of seeps through if you put any pressure on it. And then when I put them in the Ziploc bag to freeze them, I always do it with the peanut butter side down. As far as putting these in McKinley's lunchbox, I have a small Tupperware. That way it doesn't get knocked around in her lunchbox and is actually in an enjoyable form to eat by the time she gets to lunch. And also, she used to come home a lot with the actual Uncrustables, but since I've been making these, she eats it every day. No leftovers come home. So once you get all the peanut butter and jelly on your bread circles, you're going to take the same piece that you used to cut the bread, you're going to put it around the sandwich, and then you take this piece that has the ridges on it and press it down, nice and firm. And then you have an Uncrustable. this took me a little bit longer as I was explaining how to do it, but the record time is 6 minutes. So in 6 minutes I made 4 sandwiches for McKinley's lunch with ingredients that I feel better about giving her. Again, I use the leftover bread crusts to make French toast. When I put the Uncrustables in the Ziploc bag, I always put the peanut butter side down so the jelly does not soak through the bag. I make 1 week of sandwiches at a time and just have them ready to go. I hope you found this helpful. Let me know if you have any questions.